Hello guys, it's your girl and she's back with the mic. Yes, so today is the 19th January 2025. I know it's been a while, but I'm coming here to your rescue, especially if you are planning to move outside of your country or if you plan to do an internship, because your girl is on the move again. Yes, that's correct. And I'm planning to do more content regarding that. I know I have been inactive for some while, and yeah, don't mind me looking left and right sometimes because your girl is in a public setting and I don't want some Karen coming in my video and being like, do you have a filming permission? Like, girl, leave me alone. Anyways, I'm going to answer today all your questions regarding moving and living in Lisbon and doing your internship in Lisbon basically. But I just want to say that everybody's journey is different in life. Of course, today's video is just about the do's and don'ts if you plan to move to Lisbon, and my own personal recommendations for you guys if you plan to do your internship. So first of all, regarding all the living opportunities, I want to share my own experience, how I found an apartment for myself in Lisbon. So first of all, there's always, regarding where you're gonna move, there's always some Facebook groups. And I know nobody's using Facebook, but apparently this like whole Facebook group thing is a place where many people find apartments nowadays for quite some reasonable prices. But honestly, since there's deposits involved and landowners and so on, I would not recommend that. For me, that's way too sketchy and not really safe to find an apartment, so I would personally not recommend it, but I know friends who found it through Facebook in Lisbon. Also kind of this Craigslist platform for Spain and Portugal. It's called Idealista, but I don't recommend Idealista too, because just as Craigslist is not very recommendable. Again, I don't want to recommend something that I didn't do because I found it sketchy, but I had a friend who found also his apartment through Craigslist in Portugal, and it was also quite some reasonable price. So how I found my apartment was actually very interesting because it was through a platform called Uniplaces, and you don't have to actually be a university student to be able to live in a Uniplaces apartment or flat or room, because even my roommate, he also found his apartment from Uniplaces, but he was already many years finished with his studies and he was full-time working. So no hate, by the way, like I love my roommate because he might watch my video and he's like, how are you describing me? But yeah, there's Uniplaces. There's also, I think it's called Selena, but it's I think quite new. There's quite some like Spanish, Portuguese websites just for these like apartments. I'm gonna send them all down in the description. But in Uniplaces, I found my own room in a shared flat. I had like two roommates, and the apartment was newly renovated, so it was very clean and very nice. I mean, you guys saw it in my previous videos probably. And the kitchen was also very new and everything was just very brand new and clean. So that was for me very important because I'm very high on hygiene, you guys. I paid I think just 1 month rent as a deposit, which was 390 as a deposit, and my rent was like 390 or 360, something around that, and it was fine. Later, when she did like add more things, my landlord, when she added more things to it, the rent got to 400 or 410. I don't exactly remember, but it was still totally fine. And again, it was clean. We even had a cleaning lady, and she came like every Tuesday. That's very cool. So that's about the living opportunities and websites. Coming to the internship opportunities and how you can find an internship in Portugal. So basically, there's this website called erasmusintern.org, and there's all internships for all of Europe, actually, because, you know, Erasmus is for everything European Union, EU. So first of all, was looking in that website for all the internship opportunities in any country, honestly. But then I narrowed it down to my actual interests, also where it's sunny and where I can kind of survive with my English skills, and where there is a beach and having a big city. So it just narrowed it down to Lisbon, because Barcelona was the second option, which was like the kind of same thing, but I just don't like Barcelona. I don't know if you guys saw my travel vlog, but we basically got robbed. Barcelona is just not my vibe, let's put it that way. And I had already been in Lisbon. Sorry guys, here's just an helicopter searching for me. Please just narrowed it down to Lisbon, and then I was just looking at that platform for all the internships. I was just asking again to make sure about if the company is legit or not, because, you know, even at these circumstances you can never really know. So, however, I personally do not recommend that website. It's just how I found it, like how I found the first opportunity for myself to have an internship in Portugal. However, I don't recommend that website because they don't really prove it fully, because at the end this company where I worked turned out to be a scam. And I'm gonna do a whole story time regarding my internship in Lisbon and how I made it out and blah 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 blah. Okay, that's why the only safe way I recommend for you to find an accurate position abroad is fully true, like accurate websites like LinkedIn. And that's how I ended up with my best internship experience I could have asked for at the time, and the salary was amazing for Portuguese standards. LinkedIn, if you want to be on a safe side. But I'm not saying just because I turned out to be in a scam situation through this erasmusintern.org doesn't mean that everybody is gonna go through that. But I just personally don't recommend it, okay? If you plan to do an internship abroad, it's way harder to make friends outside your bubble at work, because honestly the only people you're gonna know are your work colleagues, and it's not the same environment like you have when you study abroad in a different country, right? So that's why it's really hard to find friends when you move to a country to do an abroad internship. And I quite struggled because I just had my roommates and I just had my work colleagues, and honestly I don't like to be friends with your colleagues at work. It's just, I don't know, I just don't like it. At the end, especially if you're a Muslim, first friends in Lisbon were through going to the mosque in Ramadan. That's where you can find, like in my Ramadan vlog, you can see them. That's how I met them. If you want to make friends with the same mindset as you, just go to the mosque, okay? But just don't go there just to make friends, by the way. That's kind of weird too, like just pray, you know? So there's always ESN groups for every city that you go to. So these are Erasmus groups, all the students that go to study abroad. And you know, you can just join these groups to connect with people, but there might still be a difference because they are all gonna be studying. Like most of the time, the people in those groups, they are students, and you're gonna just be probably a student or someone who finished his graduation already with his internship. So there is, you know, it's hard to connect with them, but it's an option for sure. And I've been on these ES Erasmus groups. I've been in this one ESN Lisbon group, and you can also just pay like 15 euros for an ESN card. You get more a discount on Ryanair flights, and other companies offer you a lot of discounts, so I recommend that too, because that helps. And they do a lot of like social events. You can join them for sure. Other than that, I think the most successful way how I found very cool friends was through this website called Meetup. I'm gonna again put it all in the description below. Like, this website has been very, very helpful for me because you meet so many like people from different backgrounds. They have a lot of like digital nomad events in Lisbon. They have been amazing. You meet a lot of cool people from different age groups, from different countries, and so on. So I really, really, really recommend Meetup. That's about socializing. But however, first of all, before I go to the do's and don'ts regarding living in Lisbon or Portugal, I want to just advise you to not have too much high expectations regarding just finding a lot of Portuguese friends. Portuguese people are just generally just more conservative and more shy when it comes to making friends, and they need some time to warm up, which is very different from Spanish people or, you know, Latin American people in general. It's very easy to make friends with them, or just that's why it has been very successful for me to have a bunch of Brazilian friends that I made in Portugal. But if I would count like the Portuguese friends I have, it's just like one or two. And one of them was the best friend of my roommate, so shout out to Miley. So that's literally the two people, like Miley and Mariana. So also shout out to Mariana. But that's it, guys, like, you know, and it's hard to just, I don't know, to find them too, because it seems like they all left the country, to be very honest with you. They live in UK or Switzerland. Like, young Portuguese people, they cannot be easily found. Like, I don't know, they'd be hiding. That's another story. Do's and don'ts that you should do in Lisbon or living in Portugal. So the do's that you should definitely do even before traveling to Portugal is pack all your goodies from your local drugstore. I'm not kidding. For all the girls who have hair care products, makeup products, who cannot go one day without Sephora, this kind of girls like me. Okay, I'm not like Sephora, no, but like here in Germany I'm so spoiled with DM and Rossmann. If you don't know these, we cannot be friends, first of all. We have drugstores left and right, like for shampoos, conditioners, beauty products, everything. I go to Portugal, there's nothing is there, and if they are, they're super expensive. So I noticed when I moved to Portugal, the first thing I noticed is that the women, they barely use any makeup. And then I understood why. First of all, it's super hard to find makeup, and second of all, they are so expensive. I'm not joking, like one eyeliner costs you like 17 euros. Are you joking? Yeah, then I would also not like walk in a full face of makeup if that's gonna cost me my liver. If you have a drugstore in your own country, pack all the goodies with you for like the months you're gonna stay. And the only way you can find them is continent. So you can go to Continent, and there you can find like also some drugstore products, or you just go to the pharmacy, because whenever I talk to Southern European people regarding like drugstores, they just don't get it. They're like, that's why we have a pharmacy. What do you mean? I'm like, you don't really want to have this conversation with me right now, girl. What do you mean pharmacy? Pharmacy? No. I'm not going to the pharmacy to get myself some lipstick. Are you crazy? To get myself some shampoo? That's not what a pharmacy is for. That's what you should do before. Regarding this whole Continent drugstore thing that I just said, all these like cleaning supplies also be super expensive in Portugal. So if you don't want to spend like 20 euros for just some laundry detergent, I know it might not fit, but you can bring it yourself if you're broke. But you know, once going to Continent, you're gonna be broke. Just know that. You know, like Continent, your money flies out the window.
Be prepared. Continent can be your lover and enemy at the same time, because it's the only place you can find like actual stuff, and then at the same time it makes you broke. Sad story.
What else I recommend, like do's that you should do when you live there, is if you don't know where to go shopping, I don't recommend you to go to this like shopping streets center where the elevator is. Nah, you cannot find anything there, and it's super touristy. Just take the metro. I think it was the blue line. Yeah, because I used to live next to the blue line. Take the blue line and go to Colombo. Go to Colombo. It's super easy to go. It has its own subway station, and it's like an own country. It has everything that you want and more. So yeah, if you want to avoid touristy shopping, don't go to the main shopping district, city center. No. So the don'ts that I do not recommend. I made a mistake. I thought I'm gonna just be able to speak like Spanish with the Portuguese people. just saying it out loud, it just sounds so wrong already. But that was me a few years back. Okay, like don't judge me. Okay, I was 23 and I didn't have my frontal lobe. Okay.
Like, oh, I'm just gonna speak Spanish and English together, you know? But I don't recommend that. I noticed that most of the time, whenever I would speak like Spanish, they they wouldn't like it that much. Let's say it like that. And they prefer if you spoke English to them. And if you try speaking in Portuguese, honestly, my Portuguese was enough to talk with the cashiers and to the taxi drivers, and that's enough. And I was happy, and they were happy. They didn't struggle to understand me, and that's, you know, if you can do that, you shouldn't be scared. And Portuguese people are generally very nice, so they're very friendly, and they really are eager to help you as a foreigner. So I had just very good experience regarding the general public, and you know, there wasn't any communication issues. Even though I lived there for a year, it was totally fine to not be fluent in Portuguese, you know. So that's but yeah, you should not speak Spanish to them.
Also, don't go to the Pink Street as a night out thinking it's the thing, because you're gonna see it everywhere on Instagram. Don't go to Pink Street, like regarding anything, not only a night out. Just Pink Street is like nothing. Pink Street is like this mall. It's literally just a pink street, like the ground is pink, and there's just maybe 3 pubs. That's it. And people are like, oh my god, Pink Street and Pink Street. Like, what is Pink Street? Pink Street is nothing. Nothing. Don't go to Pink Street, okay? If you live there, you're just gonna meet a bunch of tourists, and you want to be more with native people. You want to be more with, like, I don't know, Brazilian people who live in Portugal. People like funny people, you know. So I would recommend you this one Brazilian live music bar. They have really nice songs they play. It's all like Brazilian samba music. I think it's called Bottega or something. I will find the name and I will put it also here or in the description. So if you want to be more with local people on your weekend, just go to the samba bar. There's a lot of samba going on in Lisbon, don't worry about that. Another don't is to don't just always stay in Lisbon, but like go to Cascais, go to Sintra, go to different beaches. There's a lot of beaches. There's a lot of beaches on the other side of the river. I think it's called Almada. Was it Almada? I've been like not in Lisbon for like many years now. Yeah. Oh my god, it's called Almada. I am still native by heart.
Also, if you want to see one of the best beaches, go to Sesimbra. You know, it's really like, it's a different vibe. Or Setúbal, all these places, super close, easy connections, super cheap to go. You can have a day trip to Coimbra or Évora or Faro, Lagos. There's a lot of options. You can even go to Sevilla with a 1 hour flight with Ryanair, and that would cost you like what, 15 euros? Go. Don't be shy and don't be like, oh my god, I don't have any friends to go.
Yeah, also to all my Muslim followers, sisters and brothers, if you have any if you need some recommendations regarding the halal food part, there's this one restaurant, it's called Lebanese Corner. They are so far the only real halal place I am aware of in Lisbon. Don't ever, oh my god, that's probably another don't ever go to these kebab stores. Are you crazy? First of all, as a Turkish person, I'm offended. Kebab store? And they write it with 2 B's? Are you mad?
I'm gonna drop this microphone, but then my camera is gonna fall off. What do you mean kebab store? These are probably from like horse meat, or I mean horse meat sounds good. Maybe some, I don't know, some bad rabbit they found. Like don't ever call that kebab. You know, like the fuck. Also, there's like one new pop-up kebab restaurant. I think I forgot the name. It was called Kebab, like up, like going up, like the movie. Let me tell you, the owners, they are French, and then they were like doing, I don't know, bacon dinars. Are you mad? Bacon dinars? The fuck? What do you mean? Like, you know what I mean? They just piss me off. They're just taking a piss at my culture. No, anyways, no kebab stores. That was just some yapping and ranting, but it's a must.
Yeah, it's very hard to find halal food, but honestly, eat lots of fish. Honestly, I had the best diet over there. As I said, I was almost vegan. I was eating fish. Like, it doesn't match vegan and fish, but yeah, I was eating a lot of fish, and I was the happiest, I guess, for a very long time. So fish is really good for you, especially they eat a lot of bacalhau, but yeah, I mean, there's much more than bacalhau. Honestly, bacalhau is left and right. Don't just eat bacalhau and bacalhau pastries and bacalhau cakes. Just there's a lot of big sardines, like local sardines. Like, I never saw sardines this big in my life. Do that, or just give yourself from meat eating a break and just eat some veggies. Yes, anyways guys, it's cold, there's no sun, it's like going in this direction, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and and subscribe and comment if you have any questions. And I want to make a separate video regarding my internship experience, which I have been prolonging for 2 years, okay? Actually now 3, I'm sorry. Yes, see you in my next video. And
honestly, another recommendation outside of everything, just get yourself this. If you know, you know. This is called Hong Thai, and it's the best. Like, the moment I have Hong Thai in my life has been better. So, Hong Thai, for all the OGs out there, take it. You won't regret it. And yeah, so that's it for today, and have a happy new year of 2025 inshallah, and see you in my next video. Bye!